What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Loreverse. So today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about things in the Invincible universe, and this is something that fans can't stop joking about, but also can't quite explain. And that is, why does Invincible always get absolutely demolished? Like, seriously, in every episode, Mark Grayson ends up painted in his own blood, face swollen, teeth flying out, even when he's supposed to be one of the strongest heroes in his universe. But here's the first thing, it's not because he's weak. There's actually a deep reason behind this, both in the story and in what the show is trying to say about heroism, power, and pain. So today we're breaking it all down. Why Invincible always gets beat up, how his Viltrumite heritage plays into it, and why it's actually one of the smartest storytelling choices in modern superhero fiction. Welcome to the Loreverse, and let's dive into this. So let's start with the obvious here. Yes, Invincible gets wrecked a lot. We've seen him get tossed through buildings by Omni-Man, almost dismembered by Battle Beasts, mauled by the Sequids, and crushed by Conquest, and beaten seamlessly by random alien invaders. And it's become a meme at this point. Mark Grayson can't go one season without a hospital stay. But if we look closer, this isn't bad writing or plot armor, it's intentional. Because Invincible is designed to deconstruct the superhero genre. The show takes what we normally see in clean PG-13 superhero stories, where heroes get punched through walls and just shake it off, and actually shows us what would happen if that was real. When you get hit by a Viltrumite or a monster with the strength of 10 tanks, you're not walking away without blood or broken bones. And Mark isn't the invincible idea, he is the reality of what happens when a teenage hero steps into a world full of gods and monsters. Now, let's talk about his heritage. Mark Grayson is half Viltrumite, one of the most powerful species in his universe. These are warriors bred for conquest, right? They are genetically designed to dominate other worlds. So technically, yeah, he should be incredibly strong. But that's the key word, should. Because at this stage in the show, Mark is still developing. He's not a full grown Viltrumite yet. His body is still adapting. And compared to others like Omni Man, Conquest, or Anissa, he's basically a kid trying to box with ancient predators. It's like sending a high school wrestler into an MMA fight against seasoned killers. He's strong, but not experienced. He's not hardened yet. So every brutal fight he goes through isn't showing weakness, it's showing growth. He's earning his strength the hard way, the Viltrumite way, through pain, survival, and endurance. There's also something psychological here, too. Mark's biggest flaw isn't his strength, it's how naive he is. He believes in the ideal of being a superhero, saving everyone, doing good, refusing to kill, but that mindset gets him hurt. The world of Invincible is brutal, realistic, and unforgiving. People die, innocents get crushed, and sometimes mercy means death. But every time Mark takes a beating, it's the universe reminding him this isn't comic book morality. He's learning the cost of idealism. He's learning that just because you want to be Superman, that doesn't mean you get to win like Superman. And that's why Omni-Man, Battle Beast, and Conquest all toy with him. They're not just testing his strength, they're testing his will. They see him as a child who hasn't accepted the cruelty of power yet. And that's exactly what makes him invincible. Because even when he's broken, bleeding, and beaten to the edge of death, he keeps getting back up. And let's dig deeper into the Viltrumite angle here, because this is where it gets really interesting. The Viltrumites don't respect power alone, they respect pain. Their entire culture is built on survival of the fittest, where showing weakness means death. So every time Mark endures punishment and lives, he's really subconsciously proving himself to them. Even though he doesn't realize it yet, every near death experience is bringing him closer to his Viltrumite nature and is forging him. And when he faces off against someone like Conquest who smiles through pain, it's like watching an echo of what Mark could become if he fully embraces that side. And that's what makes his journey tragic and beautiful, because he's trying to hold on to his humanity while being built to become a conqueror. And that tension between love and violence, hope and survival, is what keeps him getting back up even when he shouldn't be able to. But let's also be real. The beatings are part of what makes Invincible feel so different from other superhero stories, because we feel his pain as watchers. When you see Mark's face smashed in, it's not just gore, it's emotion. It's the writers reminding us that being a hero hurts. And the show makes sure every fight matters. He doesn't get back up because of plot armor, he gets back up because of who he is. He's fighting for people who don't know his name, for a world that barely understands what he's doing. But that's the whole point of his name. He's not invincible because he can't be hurt. He's invincible because he refuses to stay down. And if we look at the story long term, Mark's constant losses are setting up something bigger. He's being tested, refined, and sharpened, because the more he suffers now, the stronger he'll need to be later. For when the Viltrumite war hits and when he's forced to make choices his father never could. His pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. And when that war finally comes, we're going to see it pay off. The day Mark finally wins, when he finally stops bleeding and starts dominating, is going to hit harder because of every scar he's earned. So, yeah, Invincible does get beat up a lot. But that's the point. It's not weakness, it's storytelling. Because the more he bleeds, the more human he feels, and the more powerful his victories will become. He's not invincible because he's unbreakable. He's invincible because he always gets back up. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been the Loreverse. And if you love deep dives like this from your favorite shows, universes, and characters, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more weekly breakdowns. Stay crispy. Have a great day, and peace out.